they have the confidence. They don't want to compete because they look at light skinned women and they feel inferior to them. And that's their parents' failures. Because your parent is supposed to teach you to love yourself. Just like somebody on Twitter tweeted this yesterday. Some darker skinned chick tweeted, light skinned dudes wake up in the middle of the night and yell, I'm cute, giggle, and go back to sleep. And
And I wanted to say on this, that's really true. There's a lot of dark skinned black women who actually have a lot of coloristic views towards light skinned black women. I mean, light skinned black men too, and light skinned black women. You know, it's just how it is. But I just wanted to show this part because this is the actual part where I'm actually interacting with Jessica X.
I responded to her. I said, are you mad that they have the confidence that wasn't instilled in you because your parents failed you? And,
I think honest.
Go ahead.
Oh, me? Yeah. I think honestly, with the dark skinned women who have issues with like colorism and stuff, many of the time they might come from families that maybe they were the darkest or something, and so they didn't really get validated because of their parents not really having the same complexion as them. I know that because my grandma had issues, I think, with colorism, but my mother never did, and she was dark-skinned, but she had two dark-skinned parents, dark-skinned family. It's a lot easier that way, I think. But
and you know what? Go ahead, Jessica.
Yeah, sorry. I don't even think that's usually the case. There are far too many of them for that to be the issue. I think what we're seeing right now is it's an easy cop-out to take any sort of accountability in life or to have to face reality. You know, if you didn't get the guy that you wanted 5 years ago and you picked another girl, it was colorism. If you didn't get the job that you wanted, it's not that you weren't qualified, it was colorism. You know, if you didn't get the grade that you needed at uni, your lecturer was colorist. If you didn't do this, that, the other, it comes down to colorism. Yeah. It's all an easy cop-out and an excuse. You know, it makes people feel better if the flaw doesn't lie within them and they can blame it on something else, they will. Yep. And that's what we're seeing now. And I've never doubted that colorism exists. It does exist. But does it exist to the extent that they try and make out? No. And now it's just getting to the point where they're making themselves look ridiculous when they're following behind the Rashida Strobers of the world. A woman who's clearly
Adolf Strober.
The fact is, colorism exists in other countries, like the real colorism. I'm talking about when you have a caste system where dark-skinned people, women, and men can't even get jobs above a janitor. That's real colorism. And what's happening is America is inflating that to being here. When you look at the majority of trailblazers are dark-skinned women, when you look at the numbers. But because they don't focus on none of these, every time you see a tweet, they say, well, dark-skinned women are in no TV shows. They're afraid of the dark-skinned woman dynamic. I had somebody argue with me and said, well, there was never a show with a dark-skinned woman as the family lead. I said, Fresh Prince and Family Matters. Well, they both was replaced by light-skinned chicks, so that doesn't count. I said Family Matters ran for 9 seasons. Out of those 9 seasons, dark-skinned Harriet was for 8 of them. The light-skinned woman got the last season, and it was canceled after that. Is that colorism? Fresh Prince. Everybody knows Janet Hubert is Aunt Viv, and she was dark as hell. But guess what? She had the best role in the series until they fired her.
Neil Carter, give me a break.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When you go through it, when you sit down, and I said this before, do y'all even use Google? Because they don't know any of this. Period. They can't even name one famous dark-skinned woman. You ask them, they be like,
But yeah, in total, these people I actually agree with a lot on colorism. That's just how it is. And my channel is mainly on colorism. That's why, for me, it's hard for me to disagree with people that share my opinion on a matter that my channel is mainly on. It's just that when we talk about gender wars, that's when it gets a little murky for me because I'm one who isn't I'm attracted to men outside of my race. So, I mean, there's that aspect, And so people always want to assume I'm a part of some perspective, but my main focus on my channel is colorism. It's colorism. Even on the gender wars, this is a major reason why I go after Cynthia G, because I don't like the lady. So even in that regard, I'm not completely on either side. This is why I'm a very neutral counterpart when it comes to the gender wars. And the only reason I talk about that is because it does get views for Cynthia G. That's why I talk about Cynthia G. And people like to watch me talk about Cynthia G. I think because I'm a black woman. But yeah, so that's why I was just trying to point out, I never had any issue with Jessica X. I literally was on a live stream with Jessica X. So if I had such an issue, how come it didn't come up here? How come we all just basically agreed? Exactly. So instead of trying to create a narrative and trying to make up that I've been on her channel before March 11th, 2020, of which Jessica X did not have a channel, or at least she didn't have any of her videos that are up on at that time. She didn't get her first video until May 11th, 2020, 2 months after this video. So it's quite clear that, I could not have gone on her live stream before this point. And yes, of course, like I said, I did do it secretively the second time because I got a lot of heck for agreeing with these people. Because these people on the panel are black men. And you're never supposed to agree with a black man on some spaces of the divested sectors. They almost act like they're like vampires or something. I mean, like, if I agree with an individual, I agree with them. I don't give a fuck who they are, what their race is, or what their gender is. So that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye, guys.